Well, Jesha, bago tayo mag-usap about connection with other people, so can you introduce yourself? Like your background, your experience. Sino ka? Sino ka? Sino ka?
Okay, guys. Like, autobiography time. Okay.
Go!
I'm Jesha. So, I'm actually a paralegal under an NGO. And I'm also a law student at night. So, like, literally, like, by day, paralegal ako. Tapos, at night, law student ako. Pero don't worry, kasi 24/7, cutie patuti pa rin ako. So,
Okay. Mm.
and,
Pero,
ayun.
Sige, go.
So, like, I don't know. Dati, I went to TGFI because I really wanted to experience like my marketing background because I graduated with a marketing degree. So, parang sabi ko, before I go into like the real law field talaga and the legal field, I would really want to experience the one that I worked hard for. Like for 4 years, I went through like Rico. So I really wanted to experience it. So parang ako like TGFI really taught me a lot. Like I wasn't really into investing until I went to TGFI. So I was like, I'm really thankful for you guys. Kaya when you guys invite me, I'll make time. I'll wake up early for you. That's how thankful I am for you guys.
Pero the experience nung marketing ka pa sa TGFI?
It was really fun, as in sobrang fun. Like everyone was super nice, and then everyone would teach you like how to do stocks and trades, and especially parang if you're an adult, if you're like a young adult pa. Kasi I was around 23, 24 when I was in TGFI. I was like, I wish I went here earlier, kasi it would have been super nice to invest and to like learn about stocks and trade at a very young age. Kasi syempre parang the younger you are, the more you want to make your mark on the world. So parang I was like, yeah, I should have been here like earlier pa pala.
Yes. Iba din kasi sa feeling kapag yung may advocacy kang na parang you want to share knowledge to other people, di ba? Parang iba yung feeling, no? Pag nakakatulong ka when it comes to personal finance, yung mga ganong, di ba?
Especially when you help like other people to become financially independent.
Yeah.
And literate. It is like, sobrang ang sarap sa feeling kasi, especially when they ask you questions and you know how to answer. Kasi parang,
yes. Agree.
Diba? Parang kasi, naalala ko nun, like, parang ang mga one of the lessons that I learned is like, it's not just to save, but also put your money in the right places or where you put your priorities in. So parang ako, like, yeah, I should have done that when I was younger.
True. Totoo yan. Actually, ako din, nung first job ko, about financial literacy din. So, ito yung third job ko. So, financial literacy related din. So, sabi ko nga, yes, actually, same na sinabi mo na parang, uy, dapat pala matagal ako pumasok dito.
As in like,
it's very different, no? Iba sa feeling na kapag alam mo sa sarili mo, oh, okay, so this is how money works, diba?
Like I didn't even know about like the 7 pipes of income, parang ganon. I forgot how you call it, if it's pipes, pero it was like that. Tas parang sinasabi niya like hindi lang naman dapat dependent yung income mo on your work, so you can have sources of income. So parang ako, I should have done this when I was younger. Kasi nga, syempre, you're more aggressive. You're more
active in mga part-time jobs. Yeah. Pero ito na yung mga first question ko. So, I think nakilala ka na ating mga communisms ka TGFI. Ayan. So, this is my first question. I'm very excited with your answer about this. Kasi, di ba, millennials grew up with social media na. Kasi tayo, aminin mo, lagi tayong nasa labas before, nakikipaglaro tayo sa ating mga kalaro sa labas, di ba? Mga traditional laro. Pero ngayon kasi because of COVID, because of technology, millennials grew up with social media. And maybe some may feel their in-person relationship skills are lacking. Parang paano ba ako makikipagkaibigan dito? Because she seems nice. Parang, gusto ko siya maging friend. Di ba? Parang nahihirapan tayo kasi nga social media na tayo. So, do you have any tips on how to develop more positive and healthy relationships in, sabihin na natin, all areas in your lives na? Parang gano'n.
Really, with regard to like positive relationships, I always have this parang pattern inside my head on how to make friends, or at least, how to get to know a person. So parang first is like yung common ground nyo. So parang ano ba yung common grounds you like? Do you both like clothes? Do you both like finance? And then from there, you talk about it, and then later on, kasi parang magiging free-flowing conversation. And then before you even know it, you already know a lot about this person. You already know kung saan siya nag-aral, saan siya ano yung mga philosophies niya in life, ano ba yung mga beliefs. Kasi parang from one conversation, you can actually like, nanganganak lang yan eh. Parang you don't really have to parang keep on asking questions, kasi parang it's just gonna come naturally. And then later on, you're going to see that these people would share things about themselves even without you asking. Parang, kasi ganito ako nung bata ko, so ganito ako mag-isip. So parang in a way, you're understanding them. So it becomes positive. Kasi syempre parang it avoids misunderstanding, it avoids miscommunication. And alam mo, parang you're building trust at the same time. So I think like more than ever, one of the best things that I could give, like the advice that I could give to anyone, is to just keep on asking questions. Like, just keep asking questions. Parang, you don't have to feel shy about it and everything.
Ayan, totoo yan, no? You keep on asking questions just to find the common ground, sabi nga nila. Di ba, katulad kanina, actually, nag-usap na kami ni Jesha kanina. So, ang common ground namin is the TGFI experience. So, ang dami na namin napag-usapan yung mga, like, kalokohan sa TGFI, something like that. Di ba, parang, you keep on asking questions just to find the common ground. Pero ikaw, Jesha, na-awkwardan ka ba? Like, kunwari in person, sabihin na natin, may awkward moment ka bang nararamdaman?
Oh yeah.
Or wala naman?
Minsan ako nagkaka-awkward moment ako, especially if the person's not really the talkative type. Parang isang tanong, isang sagot.
Yeah.
Parang ganun ka. So parang ako, I was like, okay, sige. As in like, medyo na-awkward ako. Pero at the same time, I keep like probing din na parang, okay, let's talk. Like, don't worry, you're gonna love me. At some point. But like, napapakwento na lang din ako on my own. Like, I tell something about myself so that maybe that person would be comfortable talking about herself or himself. So parang, in a way, parang ano na rin yun. Parang it's a way of me saying na if I can share, you can also share. Parang ganon. So yun.
Yeah. Totoo yan. Parang ako din. Diba? Meron kasi talaga tao na, for example, tika dito ka ba? Sabihin lang niya, oo. Ganun lang. Parang, okay, ano na yung next question?
Parang, gano'n ka diba?
Ha?
Tapos minsan pa, ang gagawin niya pa, diba? Like, taga dito ka? Oo. Tapos parang, awkward na. Saan? Tapos sasagot siya. Tapos ikaw, ako dyan lang ako eh. Parang, oh my gosh, tinanong mo ba? Pero okay lang, don't worry.
Communism sa TGFI, sabi nga nila parang ano lang yan, baby steps lang yan. So, unti-untiin natin yung pagkausap natin. If you really want someone na gusto mo talaga siyang kausapin, just baby steps. Yun nga, sabi nga ni Jesha, na parang magkwento ka about yourself, diba? Parang it's a way for dun sa kausap mo na maging comfortable siya sa'yo. Yan. Pero dito, may time kasi na parang you feel, parang nauubos ka. Wala ka energy, so today is not a good day. Pero parang ikaw, someone na nakikita mo na, uy, parang gusto ko siyang kausap, pero today is not a good day to, Ikaw ba, Jasha, at ginagawa mo pag ganun yung days mo?
Kasi I understand that there are like introverts and extroverts. So parang, so I mean, it's not like the type na parang extroverts are like the socially people and then like introverts are like the ones who don't want to socialize. It's more on energy lang talaga. Parang when they're introverts, it's like they gain energy by, resting on their own, reading a book by their own, yun. Tapos kapag introverts kasi, parang ako, introvert ako, sobrang introvert ko. Parang, as in like, sinasabi ko talaga sa friends ko, pansinin niyo naman ako kasi nakihina na ako. Pansinin niyo na ako, please. Ginagalan ko talaga sila. And like, parang, syempre, I get my energy from socializing. So parang, when somebody doesn't, parang alam mo yun, parang there's days that you really don't want to socialize. I respect, like, I give that space. Kasi parang, syempre, parang, ano naman piliting kitang magsalita, di ba? Parang, baka mamaya ano pang mangyari.
Dito, actually, same yun. No? Lalo na ng COVID, di ba yung una, talagang lockdown talaga, sis. So, sabi ko, dito, parang, ano ba, parang, hindi ko alam ang gagawin ko kasi sanay ako na sa labas ako, I talk to people, di ba, I socialize. Actually, same, extrovert din ako. Tapos nung nag-COVID na, so syempre dapat nasa bahay lang tayo and all. So parang, oh my God, parang ano ba plano? Parang nag-iisip ako kasi hindi talaga ako sanay na ako lang mag-isa, ganyan. Or kung nandito man yung family ko, parang hindi naman din kami everyday na kasi syempre may work, ganyan, mga work from home. So syempre ako sanay ako na nag-work na may kaibigan, diba? Syempre as extrovert. So ikaw, paano experience mo na sa COVID days talaga na as extrovert? Paano kayo nakipag-communicate with other people?
As in like, yung first kong inisip nun is that, oh my God, I can't wear my outfits at work, in school. I can't do those things anymore kasi syempre nakapambahay ka lang the whole day, di ba? Parang nangyari kasi nun, yung first month, I think, of the pandemic or like the lockdown, I got sick. Pero hindi naman COVID, don't worry. Hindi naman COVID, but like, kinailangan ko mag-quarantine for a month nun kasi out of like the prescription of the doctor. Tapos syempre, parang ikaw, when you're alone naman inside the room, parang you feel a little bit like, alam mo, nagiging lonely ka rin and stuff. Tapos buti na lang, like, nag-uso yung time na yun na mag-mobile games ka with your friends. Like yung mga Call of Duty mobile, mga Mobile Legends. So parang in a way, doon na kami nag-bonding. So parang, ano lang, like, naglalaro lang kami noon, tapos di ba may parang speaker ka and everything with your friends. So in a way, nakapag-reconcile pa ako with my high school friends noon. Kasi syempre parang, parang feeling mo bata ka na ulit. Kasi like, wala na you're adults eh. So parang, you got busy at some time, at some point. Tapos mamaya-maya, nag-reconcile na lang kami out of nowhere. Tapos now, we're still all friends. Like, we still hang out. Like, we're actually like, parang we went to trips together. Syempre, nung high school kayo, wala pa kayong pera nun eh. Tapos parang, yan, at least, diba, may pera na kayo na parang, okay, sige, gusto niyo magkape, magkakape tayo. Ganon.
Tinapos ko lahat ng Netflix series na hindi ko pa natapos talaga. So, yun yung time ko for myself na parang, okay, rest. Huwag muna mag-work, mag-rest ako. Okay, so, gawin ko yung time na to na, parang ito yung time na, wala akong gagawin. Parang ganon. Kasi parang yun yung time din na sabi nung boss ko that time. Kasi hindi pa ako sa TGFI noon eh, nung yung pinaka-outburst talaga ng COVID. Sabi, sige, just take a rest first, then mag-meeting muna kami. Kasi nga parang biglaan din na tayo noon eh, na lockdown tayo. So yung mga bosses namin parang nabigla din that time. Oh my God, lockdown! Hindi pa pasok na employee namin. So sabi na lang ng mga boss namin, okay, take at least a week. Yung week na yon, yung buong week na yon, nag-rest kami kasi parang they have management meeting that time. So kaming mga magkaka-work before, uy, Netflix eh, maganda to. So nanonood kami magkakasama. Ano ngayon, di ba, you share screen, tapos sabay-sabay kayo nanonood ng series.
Yeah.
Ganyan. Ginagawa namin that time. And even my friends also, kasi that time din, my friends also na since nga lockdown, so syempre bored din sila. Ayan, so video call, ayan, kamustahan. So, ang kamusta namin, uy, ilan cases na sa inyo? hindi kamusta na, uy, kamusta ka na? Ang unang bungat sa isa't isa, uy, ilan na cases sa inyo? Iba ng usapan ngayon eh. Diba? Ngayon, ang bungad ng usapan naman yan, nagkandang kaso ka ba? 2022.
Nagbo ka ba? May sipon? Ganon.
Sobrang normal na lang yung ganong usapan sa video call. Pero dito, actually, Speaking of video call technology, syempre, you have to manage your ano din, yung mobile technology, be aware sa mga ginagawa natin online. Kasi nga, ang dami nating time na mag-social media ngayon because of COVID. So, always be careful on what you see sa ating social media. So, ayan. Kasi, it's actually one of ano din yan sa pagbuo ng mga relationship with other people through online. Kunwari may internet friends ka talaga. So, syempre, sabihin mo kung kung anong behavior niya, something like that. So, always be mindful on what you're doing in social media. Ayan.
I mean, especially now, like, di ba, we're on social media and everything, it's the opportunity to more about the digital space. So parang if you know how to, kasi di ba marami tayo nakikitang fake news on social media. So it's best it's best to have like the opportunity to learn on how to decipher what's fake and what's true. So parang since you're always in the digital space, it's best to have that, alam mo yun, learning experience or that opportunity. Like take it as a like learning experience, right?
Exactly. So, parang kami TGFI, we take advantage of the social media also. So we share contents about financial literacy. Katulad ngayon, we take advantage of the Kumu platform. So we're sharing a lot of knowledge about financial literacy, personal finance, and even career or personal growth. So ayun, marami din advantages ng ating social media. But again, be responsible enough sa ating ginagawa online. Ayan. Ikaw, Jesha, meron ka ba internet friends? Random question.
My internet friends ako, like, I don't know, kasi parang my internet friends are also my friends in real life. Pero at the same time, sometimes kasi alam mo yun, parang you wanna meet them in real life if it's okay na. Kasi diba may one time na parang nag-level 2 dito sa Metro Manila. So parang I took that opportunity to meet them. Kasi parang syempre parang, hey, you're real. you're like, ano mo? Talaga. Like, hindi lang sa photo, maganda ka talaga. Mga ganon. So, yun. Tapos, parang, as in, like, ang fun kasi you're going to know more about them, their quirks, like, yung body language nila. Kasi, syempre, parang, hindi lang kasi kasi, diba, when you're online, like, you get to talk to them, recognize their voice and everything. Pero, syempre, it's different nga, syempre naman talaga, if you can see their body language. Parang, okay, ganito siya kapag, like, taking her coffee or taking his time when he's explaining, like may hand gestures, may mga ganon. So parang in a way, parang more interpersonal and it's becoming like, okay, I'm building more of myself. Kasi syempre parang you get to understand the person more. So, ayun.
Yeah. Actually, meron ako, I have before. Kasi before, parang nasa fandom, ganyan. Like, if you guys know the Before Your Exit band, it's a boy band sa ibang bansa. So, before talaga, nung syempre, kabataan ko, siguro mga 16 ako that time, high school, ayan. Mga high school moments ko, sali-sali pa ako ng fandom, ganyan. So, I met a lot of girls, like, all over the world, hindi lang sa Philippines. Kasi syempre, if you naging fangirl ka ng mga tiga-America, ganyan. So, you met also yung mga tiga-ibang bansang, mga fans, something like that. So, I met a lot of people that time, as in, meron akong account before. So, mga nakaka-relate sa akin yung mga fan account. Ayan. So, before po talaga, I have fan account. So, yun lang din ang ginagawa ko. So, for example, pag they share tweets na very relatable, oh, yes, I agree with that. Ganun ako. Tapos, after that, parang, okay, we're friends na. Pinafollow na namin yung isa't isa, ganyan. Tapos, nag-usap na kami about sino yung bias namin, something like that. So, I think, lately, di ba, yung mga millennials natin, because of, for example, BTS, di ba? Yung mga may fandom.
Actually,
diba?
Like,
so,
yun yung sinasabi ko talaga, like, you really have to find a common ground when it comes to that person. Kasi parang, dun mo ma-realize na she's not really that different. Parang, she looks intimidating, but she's not really that different from me. Kasi if you like the same things as me, then ibig sabihin, we can be friends, di ba? Mga ganon.
Totoo. Ayan, parang kahit gaano kalayo yung, kunwari sabihin mo, sobrang active, yung isa, parang, yung isa, kunwari sabihin na natin, uy, sobrang ano naman ito, sobrang galaw-gaw, tapos yung isa, sobrang hindi. Pero kung may common ground kayo, guys, I swear, magiging connected din kayo, di ba? So, kahit anong mayari, just find the common ground.
I mean, like, look at yours, yung parang naging friends mo, yung even other people from other countries. Parang, syempre, like, there's going to be differences talaga. But, alam mo yun, if you have that certain parang love for a certain parang account or parang a celebrity or any of those things, parang, alam mo yun, you just feel, okay, like, you're not really that different kasi we both love that person or that, ano, diba? So, ayun.
Parang naano ka pa, no? Sabihin mo na, minsan nagda-doubt ka pa na, okay, ano ba? Tama ba itong gagawin ko? Nakakausapin ko ba siya? Kasi baka sabihin, ako, baka feelingera ako, ganyan. Masyado akong feeling close. Diba? Pero pag talaga nahanap mo yung common ground, again, pag nahanap mo yung common ground nyo, yun na yung start na you feel the connection, di ba? Then mag-start yung, kahit actually sa relationship di ba, Jesha? Aminin mo yan. May ba? May boyfriend ka ba?
Well, I'm seeing someone.
Pero yung, nahanap mo na yung common ground nyo.
Well, actually, he's an introvert kasi. So, parang, alam mo yun, parang, so, parang, pag nag-ano kami, like, pag nag-uusap kami, in a way, nagpa-find kami ng common grounds namin kasi syempre parang nagbabato siya ng question. And then, syempre, sometimes he shares it and then sometimes I ask naman. Pero like, alam mo yun, parang minsan kasi like, it's a bit parang hard in a way. If it's like, if parang, for example, he's gonna ask a question and then magkaiba pala kami ng point of view. Pero alam mo yun, parang babalik mo na lang ano yung common ground namin. Like, ano yung both okay kami and like stuff like that. So in a way, parang compromise, mga ganun.
Or minsan aminin mo ang common ground ng kunwari girls, like, uy, may boyfriend ka ba? Ganyan. Kasi you're so pretty. You're so pretty, may boyfriend ka ba? Diba? Yan ang common questions natin girls kapag sobrang ganda, tapos gusto ko siyang kausapin. Parang yun yung bungad na, may boyfriend ka ba? Happy ka ba? Ganyan.
Baka minsan parang, so parang kayo demanding, ano na kayo katagal, tapos dire-diretso na yan. Magkukwento ka na, like, how did you meet? Ayun na, tapos magkukwento ka na. Maya, parang, di ba, ganun sila, gaganon na yan. Parang, girl, alam ko yung feeling na yan. Gaganon ka na lang. Tapos out of nowhere, nagchichikahan na kayo. Like, nagchichikahan na talaga kayo about, like, not just about boys and everything, but like literally about life na talaga. So parang, alam mo, you really do get to build that connection with another person, regardless if it's like online or not. So, ayun.
May question sa ating comment section. Sabi niya, do you two love K-pop like BTS? Ikaw, do you like BTS?
Actually, I'm not yet
Kasi
a fan.
yeah.
I'm not yet a fan of BTS, but like, kasi dati nung high school ako nun. Ako kasi, ewan ko kung era mo to pero era ko kasi Super Junior, Girls' Generation, ganun. Oo, ganun yung era ko kasi. So parang, alam mo yun, parang, alam ko pa rin yung dance steps ng parang sorry until now. Kasi gumaganon ako. Like, ganun, gumaganon talaga ako. Oo, yung ganun. Tapos yung, yung sa G ng SNSD. See? Alam ko yan. Pero yun, hindi pa ako fan ng BTS for now. Pero Blackpink, you're in my area. Diba?
Pero ako, I like BTS also. I like the K-pop actually. Like, nanonood ako ng mga music video kasi I'm very amazed with their production, di ba? Kasi ako as a communication arts, talagang may times ka talaga na ina-analyze mo, uy, kaya gamit nitong camera, sobrang ganda. Alam mo yun?
Oo, parang minsan talaga yung parang pag makikita mo yung lights nila, parang saan kaya nila linagay yan? Parang magkaroon ng ganun.
True.
Diba? Yung editing, minsan parang, I know that. Alam mo yun, yung parang that transition, super smooth. Parang gano'n.
True. I don't know kung in person mo siya i-share or it's in general. Pero what are do you think the greatest challenge to good communication? Kung relationship man yan, and workspace man yan, what do you think is the greatest challenges for to have a good communication?
I think the greatest challenge of like having a really good like relationship and also like a really good communication parang skill is that when you doubt yourself, for example, parang when you doubt yourself kasi like should I ask this person, should I do this, should I do that, it's actually the time, like contrary to popular belief, when you doubt yourself, it's actually the best time to take that leap. So parang just do it, like literally mag-ano ka na, like if you wanna ask that person, go ask that person. If you wanna take this certain opportunity to become like a better, parang you wanna raise your hand in class or volunteer your idea, go do it. Take that leap. Kasi parang you have to be unapologetically brave when it comes to relationships, when it comes to building yourself. Kasi syempre, you have to make yourself known na you're taking this risk. Kasi ato, one of the best advices talaga na my brother gave me, kasi I have an older brother, and the best advice that he gave me is that go make your mistakes and your adventures while you're still young. Kasi nga, syempre, parang this is the time where you can make your mistakes. Kasi may makukwento ka pag tanda mo. Meron ka rin wisdom na mabibigay when you meet other younger people. So parang I was really worried when I shifted to marketing to Liga. Kasi I became a paralegal just like last year lang. So parang ako, syempre, even though I am a law student, parang hindi ko naman first job yung pagiging legal, or parang hindi ako nag-work sa law firm or anything. So parang sabi ng brother ko sa akin, you have to take that risk. Parang you will see that you can build relationships regardless of your field. So parang ako, sige, I'll take that risk. And then, ayun, when we were talking, syempre, ni-interview ka, di ba? Tapos, next day, tinawagan nila ako, and then they said, I'm hired. And that was like the shortest time na maghihintay ka. Kasi diba, when you're applying for a job, usually it takes days before they call you back.
Yeah.
So parang ako, I was like, that's the shortest time. So parang ako was like, you take that risk. If you're doubting yourself, that's the best time to leave. Like, go talk to that person you like for like ilang months na. Parang, should I ask her out? Should I tell her I like her? Parang go do it. Go take that leap, especially when you're young. So, ayun, it's actually the best parang time to do it. Kasi nga, parang if it doesn't work out, then at least you learned something. If it does work out, then good for you. Go do it.
When you do it,
So,
when you
ayun.
take walang regret. Ako naman, naka-feeling ko, the greatest challenges for the good, parang the greatest challenges to good communication is inability to listen others. Iba kasi talaga you listen to others eh. Kung sabihin na natin na, for example, galit ka, or to your friends, or to your, sabihin na natin, sige, eto, para relate yung iba sa relationship, for example. Kapag kasi, for example, pag galit ka, meron kasi different type of communication. May passive communication, di ba? May aggressive communication, may passive-aggressive, and may assertive, di ba? Pag, for example, na ikaw, you're aggressive, and you don't tend to listen to your, sabihin na natin, boyfriend, or sabihin na sa friend, talaga magka-clash kayo eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yung region.
Oh, sobra.
When you don't listen to what other people say, hindi mo siya mako-comprehend eh. Sabi nga nila, communication is the key. Pero if you comprehend, yun yung mas maganda, 'di ba? So if you were able to listen to other people, kung ano yung pinopoint nila, ano yung gusto nilang sabihin, you comprehend kung ano yung gusto nilang iparating sa'yo. So if you're able to listen to others, mas maiintindihan mo sila. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Sabihin nga, kahit nga sabihin natin na, may problema kasi ako, ganyan. 'Di ba? When you listen to them, may effect yan sa kanila eh. Parang, oh wow, she listens to me. Diba?
Yeah.
It's a good communication connection. Ika nga nila. So, diba, katulad yan na nag-usap tayo. So, we listen to each other kasi pareho tayong nagbibigay ng ng knowledge sa isa't isa. Diba? So, when you're able to successfully na sabihin na natin na, okay, alam ko na, ito yung communication style, ito yung ganito siya, ganyan. Maiintindihan mo siya ng buo. So, tend to listen to others, guys. Pero, of course, sabihin na natin, iba yung case na, sabihin natin na, may hateful, di ba? May pambaba, sabihin na natin, may kaaway ka, ganyan, you're not enough. Yan yung hindi mo dapat pakinggan. Yung mga alam mo sa sarili mo na mga ka-apekto sa'yo. So, those are may case-to-case basis ang paglalisan. Diba, Jesha?
Really nice advice. Kasi parang ako, like recently, syempre kasi diba tumanda na ako in everything. Medyo hindi na kasi ako bagets. Pero like, that's really true. You have to train yourself to listen to others kasi at some point, you're going to have to listen to your own intuition. You have to listen to yourself. Siyempre, your body, your mind, your heart. You have to take time. Your soul. You have to take time to listen to that talaga. Kasi minsan talaga, like, hindi mo lang mamamalayan na, alam mo yun, something is bothering you, pero hindi mo lang alam. And then you have to, alam mo, it also develops your yung self-actualization mo, yung reflection mo, yung growth mo as a person. Kasi when you listen to others, ibig sabihin, you can also listen to yourself. Parang ganon. Parang love others so that you can love yourself more. Parang ganon. Oh.
Yes, agree. Pero ito pa yung nasa isip ko, habang nagsasalita ka, may pumasok sa isip ko. Greatest challenges to good communication is lack of transparency and trust. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course. Like, you have to be truthful. Parang I know it's really scary sometimes when you tell the truth to other people or to become vulnerable. Kasi nga, syempre, a lot of people have, they went through a lot of obstacles in life. So parang you don't really blame them for having that wall up on their faces or parang, alam mo, may mga talagang wall between you. Pero alam mo yun, parang you have to also be transparent to them so that one day they'll be, alam mo yun, you can build their trust and then later on, that wall will be crumbling down. And hindi mo lang mapapansin, like parang you have like the strongest bond, like literally mas strong ka pa kaysa sa mighty bond. Parang ganon.
Good. Totoo yan. Actually, in all aspect yan ha. In a relationship, in friendships, in family, sa workspace. So, again guys, in all aspect na you guys have to trust each other and to be more transparent. Lalo na sa work natin, di ba? In marketing, we need to be more transparent sa ating ideas kasi those ideas, kailangan natin siya maiparating sa ating mga TGFI, di ba? Para maintindihan nila ano yung financial literacy, ano yung importance ng mga insurance, ng investing, the real estate and all. So, ayan.
And it also develops as a articulate. If you're transparent, you're becoming articulate with regard to your ideas, with your beliefs, with your opinion. So in a way, natatrain mo yung sarili mo na to become articulate, but at the same time, you're not tactless. Parang ganon. Parang ano yung kailangan mong sasabihin mo. Kasi transparency, syempre, transparent ka, pero syempre, alam mo dapat yung sinasabi mo. So dapat, alam mo yun, you get to train yourself. Kasi, alam mo, sa totoo lang, sabi talaga ng mom ko dati, nung bata ko sabi niya sa akin, like, when you lie kasi, it's harder to like keep up when it comes to like yung mga sinasabi mo. So it's better to just like own your truth, like literally just tell the truth, and you have nothing to be afraid of, kasi that's the truth. If this is your opinion, this is your opinion. This is your belief, this is your belief, and there is nothing like you're gonna be more confident kasi nga you were true to yourself and you were true to others. Ayun.
Ito mga personal question ko to, pero I think ito yung common ground natin. Kasi common ground natin. Ito, I just want to know, what are the turning points and season you've overcome in your life?
Maybe the time where I was also, yun nga kaya nga ganun yung advice ko when it comes to the greatest challenges. Because I really do have that time where I doubt myself. Like, should I say this? Should I take the leap? Should I do these things? Kasi nga parang syempre baka mamaya. Minsan like I get to I have a tendency kasi, okay guys, you don't do this, or if ever man you're doing this, I hope you unlearn it soon. Pero I have a tendency kasi of gaslighting myself. Like, am I good enough? Parang gumaganon ako. Am I like smart enough? Am I skillful enough for this certain responsibility? And then parang I have to learn it then kasi. I'm in the process of unlearning it, and I hope like other people who are in this era, the same as me, you get to unlearn it or at least start to unlearn it. Kasi gaslighting is basically you're telling other people or yourself that you're not this certain type. Parang hindi ka good enough, ikaw yung may mali, hindi yung other person, or ikaw yung nagda-doubt parang you're just creating things in your head, mga ganun, hindi siya totoo. And then na-realize ko, I have to become firm with my own stand. So you have to also, parang if you believe in yourself or if you're confident about your idea, then you have to let it out. You have to state it. Kasi, syempre, parang don't allow yourself to be gaslighted. Even if like, by yourself, by others, don't let that happen. So parang in a way, when I was going through that stage, I had to stop myself na, nope, we're not gonna do that. We're not doing that anymore. Kasi you're getting older. And you have to, alam mo yun, kasi parang one day, when a child sees you or somebody who's younger, kasi syempre, hindi na tayo yung pinakabata sa office, di ba? Hindi na tayong pinakabata. So parang may makikita kang mga bata and then they do that to themselves. Parang nakikita mo rin yung sarili mo na sana ay pala I learned, somebody told me to not think about that about myself. Parang you are smart enough kaya nga nandito ka sa trabaho mo. You are confident enough kasi kaya nga namin ko kinuha eh. So you have to also have that reason behind it na dapat I'm good enough for this kasi if it's not good enough for me, then it should have never opened for me. The door shouldn't have never opened. Parang the opportunity shouldn't have parang come my way if it's really not meant for me. Or if I'm not really meant for this person, bakit niya ako tinitignan? Diba? Bakit niya ako pinapansin? Bakit niya ako tinitext everyday kung hindi pa siya interested? Eh di diretsuhin ko na. Diba? Kasi parang when you doubt yourself, it manifests outside talaga. Parang people know that, alam mo yun, parang you're doubting yourself, so baka mamaya there's a tendency that they might gaslight you naman. So alam mo yun, parang it's also your protection for yourself na parang if I'm firm, people will be firm with me. Parang gano'n. So yun lang. Ikaw?
Ako naman, points ko naman. During my first job kasi, syempre pa ako yung parang I don't have enough experience when it comes to marketing eh. Kasi yun talaga yung dream ko, like in a marketing or advertising field. So during my first job, parang ang daming pinapagawa sa akin. So sabi ko, parang I can do it. Parang naiiyak ako kasi paano ko gagawin to? Ganyan. Kasi parang alam ko sarili, parang hindi ko pala alam sa sarili ko na kaya ko siya. But sabi mo nga, di ba, that time, parang you're gaslighting yourself. Parang inisip mo agad na, hindi ko yata kaya to, ganyan. Pero one time kasi, I met yung CEO namin. Kasi yung startup company kasi siya. So, parang ilang weeks ko pa lang siya, tapos na-meet ko na siya. So, actually, ginas ko siya dito before. So, I met her. Sabi niya, you tend to, parang sabi niya, it's okay to make mistakes. Sabi niya ganyan. Parang binigyan niya ako ng pampalubag na, wag kang makarag. Alam mo yan, sabi ko, wag kang kabahan. Kasi it's okay to make mistakes. This is your first job, it's okay, we understand. Sabi nung, doon ako doon yung turning point ko na sinabi niya sa akin na, grow with us. Diba? Parang ako na, okay, so marami akong kailangan gawin with them. Parang gano'n. I need to grow, hindi lang like in career or personal growth, di ba? Parang yung turning point ko na parang sinabi niya na, grow with us. Parang bigyan ako ng clue na mag-grow pa ako. So parang, okay, so kung nakikita ng boss ko na mag-grow pa ako, so okay, so makikita ko din pala yung sarili ko na, okay, so kaya ko siya, magagawa ko siya. So doon yung start na sabi ko, sige, itatry ko yung best ko na learn something more about marketing, traditional marketing, events, then research, product development. Kasi parang halos lahat ginagawa ko that time kasi nga startup company siya. So, yun yung turning point ko nang nakausap ko siya, yung CEO. So, parang naging mentor ko na din siya. So, every time na parang nagsistruggle ako about my career growth. So, she gave me advice, ganyan. So, siya yung turning point ko. siya yung bigay sa akin ng clue sa akin na parang, you can do it. May trust ako sa'yo, ganyan. Parang, sabi niya, ibibigay ko to sa yung responsibility na to. So, parang sinabi ko, parang, okay, bago pa lang ako, pero parang binibigyan niya na po na mag-lead ako sa project na yon. So, pinag-lead niya ako sa traditional marketing. Like, I met ko na rin mga CEOs ng ibang company kasi mag-represent, ganyan. So, siya talaga yung turning point ko na binigyan niya ako ng time to grow, parang binigyan niya ako ng clue na kaya ko pala, ganyan. So, ngayon, alam ko na yung strength ko. So, ang strength ko, ganyan, na kumakausap na ibang tao, nag-represent about company, ganyan. All the marketing, initiatives. So, ayan. So, siya yung tao mismo yung naging turning point, hindi yung mismo situation.
Super, like, I just wanna, like, add on your additional strengths. I don't know if you know this, pero I swear, like, super comfortable ko when it comes to talking to you. Like, when I first saw you kanina, like, diba kanina, I was like, girl, you're my new best friend. Ikaw rin, best friend na kita.
We have the same vibe, sabi.
Ayun, so sabi ko, yeah, ano mo yun, parang you have this parang energy or like vibe na you get to talk to this person so easily. So parang I was like, yeah, you're my new best friend, girl.
Ganyan, wait lang, naiikibo ako, I feel so emotional. Kasi ganyan din yung sinabi ng mentor ko na yun. Sabi niya, you have a charm. I don't know why. Sabi niya gano'n. Parang pag kumakausap daw ako ng tao, parang feeling niya, mako-close ko agad. Kasi daw parang, I have the charm na, okay, you get, sabi niya, na natuto mong kausapin isang CEO ng kumpanya. So, oh my God, you have the charm. Sabi niya gano'n.
At alam mo,
Yes.
So like, one of the attorneys that I work with dito sa NGO, sabi niya talaga sa akin, kasi she's like my ate na rin, sabi niya talaga, it's a life skill that people should learn. Kasi not only because like, if but it's actually a life skill that you get to talk to people and like parang they get to talk to you. Kasi nga parang communication is, of course, it goes both ways. It can't just be like, magbabato ko sa'yo and then like wala nang mangyayari. Like, okay, you get what alam mo yun, parang dapat I have to get something from you rin. So, ayun. So, Lala, I just wanna compliment.
Ayan. Ito. This is my next question. I don't know if personal to again. Pero, I'm very curious lang dito sa next question ko. What is your greatest self-discovery moment? Yung parang, ganun moment.
Yung time, well, actually, kwento ko to. Kasi, di ba,
sige. I love kwento.
At yung sinabi ko sa'yo kanina, yung sa TikTok, like, I saw this parang video, tapos parang she was like, if I wanna be like a trophy wife mom, tapos parang, hi nak, gumaganon. Tapos parang ako, I was like, I want that certain type of confidence na parang you get to tell the people, even though, I mean, like some people would say na, why would you want to be a trophy wife, mga ganon. Or parang even, even mga may mga people who tell me na, why would you want to be a lawyer? You're ganito, ganyan. So parang ako, I remember kasi dati nun, sinabihan talaga ako nun na, kasi I was a marketing grad. And then parang nag-law school ako bigla. So it's not really like, it's really surprising for a lot of people. So parang somebody told me dati na parang, you should just stay in your lane. Gumanon siya sa akin. Like, ginanon niya ako. So parang I was like, dun na siguro yung parang, ginanon niya ako na parang, kasi I don't look like your usual lawyer or parang yung stereotypical na lawyer na parang dapat very firm, dapat yung mga ganon. So parang I was like, no, we're not doing that. Sabi ko, I discovered like on my own na parang, you know what? Sabi ko, I can be whatever I want. Sabi ko, because I get to have like, kasi I was insecure then when I went to law school. I was a bit insecure kasi I didn't have the skills, or hindi naman ako pre-law na parang legal management, political science, hindi naman kasi ako ganon. So I didn't really have that experience talaga. Like literally, tumalon lang talaga ako sa law school noon. So I had that insecurity. And then later on, I remember parang in-interview nga ako for pagiging paralegal. And then they asked me, what can you bring in the table? Kasi nga, syempre, there are other applicants who also are law students and everything. So I told them, I have experience in marketing and I'm also studying law. So giving me 2 skills in one table. So parang I can give you 2 skills in this job, because sabi ko, I have marketing kasi nga I can communicate with people and I can tell them what I want to say in a very, alam mo yun, in a very hindi naman persuasive, pero at least charm ka. And
Yes.
and at the same time, I can explain the legal field in such a way that it would seem as if like parang they can understand kasi nga I can communicate with them in a layman's term. So sabi ko, I have nothing to be insecure about. So parang ako, sabi ko, I have, parang you gave me this job and I was given all that experience because I am who I am today because of all of those things. So I have nothing to be insecure about myself. And I mean, siguro it also takes time kasi nga syempre, you're gonna go through that phase where you kind of doubt yourself, you kind of like give yourself too much pressure. Pero once you reach that point na okay ka na, like you are comfortable with your own skin, you're comfortable with how you are, who you are, I think that's like the most beautiful thing that could ever happen to you. So parang ako, my greatest self-discovery talaga is like, I love who I am now and I'm excited who I can be in the near future. Kasi alam mo yun, sabi nga ng mentor ko nung data sa marketing when I was an intern pa na, there is no way but up. So hindi ka bababa. Like, you're always going to keep on growing and growing and growing. So yun na yung discovery ko about myself. Ikaw.
Agree ako dun, ha. Parang iba sa feeling kapag alam mo na sa sarili mo kung anong gusto mong gawin. Diba? Pero, honest ako, nasa proseso pa lang ako, I guess.
Yeah.
Sa time na yung gusto ko. Wala pa ako sa time ng gano'n. Sa mga nakaka-relate po sa akin na nasa proseso pa lamang, it's okay. Sabi nga ni Joshua kanina, it's okay. Take your time to get to know more about you. Ano yung gusto niyo po talagang gawin? Ano yung gusto niyong gawing career? Ano yung gusto niyong job or something? Anong kind of personality talaga meron kayo? It takes time talaga, guys. Hindi siya yung matutulog ka lang, okay na ako. Ito gusto ko. Diba? It's not like that, guys.
Honest with yourself. Alam mo yun? Kasi syempre parang you have to also accept and forgive yourself for the things that you're not. So if you're not like this, kasi yung nakikita mo sa social media, ganito, so dapat ganon ka rin. Pero you'd understand na there are things about you that make you you, and there's no one can do it better than you. Kasi ikaw yun eh. So I was like,
yes. Ayan. Actually, meron akong one time, kasi nga dahil nga, like, lately talaga ngayon, I'm struggling a lot. I don't know why. So, like, personal, not in career, kasi I keep on learning naman about marketing, ganyan. But on personal level naman, yun nga, as what I mentioned, nasa process pa lang ako na I'm getting to, dig deeper about myself. Ano ba talaga yung gusto kong gawin sa life? May post sa FB na sabihin, you're just 20. Diba? You're just 20. What pressure? Wag kang ma-stress. You're just 20. Tapos parang, okay, I'm 20 plus. Di ko na mention ang exact age ko. 20 plus. Okay, I'm just 20 plus. Okay, sige. Then I'm taking my time. Enjoy up sa life. Okay. Kung maaga man ako mamamatay, it's okay. At least I take my time to know more about myself. And then, kasi iba kasi sa feeling di ba ka sabi mo, na-mention mo kanina, kapag alam mo na sa sarili mo, it's very easy to connect with other people Hindi ka na pretend kung ano ka. Alam mo yun? Yung parang, that's the real connection eh. Yung meaningful connection, yun yung topic natin ngayon, meaningful connection. So, sa na-mention kanina na Jessa, na parang, if you know yourself, it's very easy to connect with others. Kasi yun ka, diba? Yeah.
So, very good
I
advice.
love that advice, Jessa.
Yeah, kasi parang sabi nga rin, I told you kanina, yung advice ng brother ko, it's like, go make your mistakes, go have adventure. Kasi nga, alam mo yun, the more, I'm not saying to make, alam mo yun, purposeful mistakes, pero if, like, you have this, parang, if you take the chance to make mistakes because you took that risk or you took that adventure, then ibig sabihin, you're getting to know more about yourself. And if you get to know more about yourself and you love yourself, you won't doubt that other people will love you too. Parang you will never, parang hindi nadadapo sa isip mo na, bakit hindi ako lovable, bakit hindi nila ako gusto. It's like, you're going to understand you're not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm pretty sure you're someone's cup of coffee and on a Sunday morning. So alam mo yun, parang it's really like beautiful thing na once you discover that, especially if like it doesn't have to be when you're 25, it doesn't have to be when you're 21. It could be as you take your time. Kasi alam mo yun, everyone has their own story naman. So
Yeah.
part about it.
Don't compare your chapter 2 to someone's chapter 3, okay? Ganun yan.
That's the best. Actually, honestly, that's the best. Like when you communicate with other people and when you tell your stories to people, they'd love it kasi nga hindi ka naman, you have a different story from another person. So they'd
Yes.
love kasi hindi ka pa ulit-ulit. Like you're a different person and parang tatatak yun sa utak nila na parang ito pala si Rika. Rika is the person na parang took her time and something and all those things. Like anything that you tell other people about yourself. So yun.
Yeah. Grabe lang, ganda ng kwentuhan natin. Feeling ko, i-add kita sa Facebook, tapos mag-video ko tayo, tapos ganda lang ako sa puso.
Yeah, I mean like seryoso, ako, ewan ko anong love languages niyo guys. Like comment below ko anong love language niyo. Pero ako kasi ang love language ko, like how I express it, is giving time. Like I give quality time. Kasi I'm very busy. Kasi in a way, parang paralegal ka sa umaga, tapos sa gabi, law student ka. So parang in a way, iniisip mo paano yung in-betweens ko and everything. Pero parang sabi nga ng mom ko, like just recently, she told me na parang, if it really means to you, you would manage it and then you'd give priority to it. You'd always have time. So parang ako, that's true. That's so true. If it really matters to you, you would always give time. Kasi my mom's actually a single mom. So pero growing up, she was always in recitals, in declamations, in mga award programs. So parang ako, I never grew up na parang I felt like my mom was never present. Actually, she's super, super present siya. Kaya parang ako, and she was also working kasi nga syempre single mom siya. So parang ako, if she can do it, then ibig sabihin, I grew up in a space or in an environment where I can give time for people who are also, it matters to me. So parang it's never an excuse na parang you don't have time. It's just that, alam mo yun, you have to have time management lang. And also as a working student, syempre I have to have that. Kundi iyak ka lang ako buong araw.
Yeah. Sabi ni Prod natin, nag-comment siya sa ating chat. Sabi niya, act of service and quality time. Actually, same. Kasi parang ako kasi, pag kunwari, my mom, sabihin na natin, tapos bibigyan niya ng, here and coffee, ganyan. Bibigyan niya ako ng kape, tapos parang, parang naano ko na siya, na-appreciate ko na siya, parang, alam ng mama ko na nahihirapan ako sa work ko. So parang, di ba, simple things acts of service. So, kunwari sa boyfriend ko, like, kunwari, susunduin niya, ganun type of, at same tayo, quality time, di ba? Yung time management sa mga important things. Kasi sa mga gusto ko din itanong sa'yo, kasi actually kanina guys, we talk about kung ano yung mga greatest challenges to a good communication, and at the same time, tips how to develop more positive and healthy relationship. So this time, ito naman, Jesha, ayan. Well, very formal ang pagkakatanong. Interview. Ayan. So this is the next question kasi I'm very curious with your idea about this.
So why is communication being important, especially in building a relationship or connection with other people?
Okay. So, my answer, I believe that I think I believe I'm from Okay. So I think kasi communication is really important when it comes to relationships or building relationships because of course you have to get to know that person. Parang how can you get to know a person without even communicating with them of who you are or what are the things about you that would alam mo yun kasi I'm pretty sure everyone has their own parang self protection of themselves. Parang lagi tayong may mga harang or may mga walls tayo. Syempre, and it's okay because syempre there are people who are more they're more guarded when it comes to themselves. And sometimes, syempre, hindi mo naman yun let down or hindi mo naman yun, you're not going to open so easily to strangers. So it's good to be able to communicate with people easily. Syempre, to build relationships. Kasi syempre, parang imagine mo na lang na there's a wall between another person and another person. Tapos kapag, for example, you get to communicate, that wall crumbles down and then you get to build a little house na kayo lang or like parang may space kayo na sarili. So in a way, it's kind of building then a relationship. So in a way, if you kind of like analyze it, you really do need communication. Kasi I mean, it's not just like talking ha. Parang some people are not, alam mo yun, are not honestly, like parang they're not very good with conversations or they're not comfortable with talking or conversing. Pero some people express how they communicate or how they feel through art, through dancing. And then, dun nalalabas agad yung common ground nyo na, oh, you like to dance? I like to dance. Tapos parang dun na lang. Tapos mamaya mapapansin mo na, they get to talk to you na. As if they never parang they don't really know if okay sila, alam mo yun, parang hindi yung they're not really used to conversing, pero with you it's so easy as if it's as if it's a second language na to them or it's as if it's so easy kasi nga they found your common ground na nakapag-connect na kayo bigla. So ayun.
Ako naman, on my end, kasi feeling ko, not feeling it, talaga important ng communication because communication influences how you learn. Kasi di ba, hindi ka naman nagbasa para matutong magsulat, di ba?
Oo.
Hindi ka naman nagbasa para matutong magsalita, di ba? When you're a baby, paano ka natutong salita? Because your parents communicate with you, di ba? O mama, di ba? Natuto ka makipag-communicate because your parents communicate with you. Natuto ka magsalita. Natuto ka, sabihin na natin, mag-bike or maglaro or sabihin na natin mag-drive ng sasakyan because sabihin na natin yung nagte-train sa'yo, she or he communicate with you. Di ka naman matututo agad-agad ng sumakay ng bike or mag-drive ng sasakyan just by magbasa ka lang ng diba, ng articles or something because someone is communicating with you how to do it, diba? So communication really influence how you learn. And at the same time, sabihin na natin na pag nag-aaral ka, diba, natuto ka din mag-write nung LM tayo or magbasa ng elementary tayo because our teacher communicate with us how to write. O sabihin, ganito ang magsulat ng letter E, diba? They give us instructions how to write letter A, how to write letter B, diba? So, communication really influence how we learn. So it's very important. Sabi nga ni Jesha kanina, she mentioned kanina, it's a life skill talaga. Kahit saan ka pa mapunta, kahit anong field of work ka pa meron, communication is very important. So that's my idea lang naman.
As at the same time kasi, when you train yourself to communicate, you get to like, on different avenues talaga eh. Parang, alam mo yun, yung mga, parang you get to write. Tapos you write this love letter, for example, to your jowa. Tapos alam mo, nako-communicate mo yung feelings mo towards that person. But at the same time, parang alam mo yun, like you get to go beyond just talking. Sometimes you communicate with your hand gestures. Kasi di ba sometimes other people have their love language through physical touch. So parang alam mo yun, way nako-communicate nila yung, I don't have to tell you, but you know, parang ganon. So ayun, so I think it's like really important talaga na you communicate not just beyond by talking, but also like other forms of communication, like through other mediums. So ayun.
Saka actually kahit sabihin mo na ito, di ba? We're communicating to each other, pero may natututunan ako sa'yo. Alam mo yun? Yung parang you get a lot of perspective in sabihin na natin, in a single idea. Di ba? Parang, puso, ito pa yung perspective ni Gia tuloy? Ni Jesha. Gia. So, ito pala yung perspective niya about communication. So, I get to learn more from you, di ba? So, it's very important talaga ang communication, guys. Kaya, actually, di ba sabi mo nga, yung iba hindi not just by talking it's through art. So sabihin na natin na talagang marunong ka mag-drawing, di ba? Someone expresses themselves through painting, di ba? So for example, ngayon, gusto mong ma-enhance pa yung painting skills mo and dahil yun ang communication, dun mo na yung communication mo. Then, take your time to grow, di ba? So, ayun.
And also, when you get to parang, for example, you get to know that person, you'd understand that this is how they communicate with other people. Alam mo yun, parang, parang the perfect example for me siguro is Van Gogh. Van Gogh couldn't articulate what he felt nun. So, it always communicated through his art. So, in a way, parang ako, alam mo yun, parang that's how he communicates na rin in a way. So, parang ako, for example, if there's another person who's not really conversation or parang makwela or something like that, because he expresses himself differently, I totally parang understand. And I know, parang it's going to be like this process of building the relationship until you get to that point na you can talk to me regardless if like parang you, alam mo yun, if you're comfortable enough. Parang ganun. Kasi I mean, I don't know why, pero that's like the best feeling. Bang biglang mag-open up sila na kahit, alam mo yun, that's not their usual way, but they're trying because, alam mo yun, they're so comfortable with you and they trust you. So in a way, parang, yep, I build my relationship with this person. Good job, pat on the back. Ganon.
I did it. Ganon. May ganon moment, I did it. Ayan. Pero ikaw ba, communication style mo? Are you passive-aggressive, passive-aggressive, or assertive? What type of communication style ka?
I'm pretty sure I'm assertive. Like, hindi talaga ako ma-passive na tao. Like, in anything I do. Like, I'm pretty sure I had that phase na type A person talaga. Type A personality ako. Like, I mean, like, mga ka-TGFI na workmates ko dati, they know na ganun talaga ako. Like, I'm very assertive. So, parang, in a way, like, nagkakaroon ako ng parang sometimes I lead the conversation or sometimes nagkakaroon ako ng parang tendency na I get to, I mean, nag-aaminin ko na I get to, like, parang sometimes overpower that person when it comes to, like, conversations. Pero yun nga, that's why I'm, like, unlearning that process then so that I could better listen kasi nga sabi mo listening is also part of communicating, so parang alam mo yun, it's a better story to it's like alam mo yun, ma-realize mo that when you're listening you get to understand people and you get to tell a better story kasi nga these are experiences from other people and they're so authentic and so real that you get to alam mo yun, you get to connect to them. So parang sa TGFI parang most of their content are super experience na a lot of people can relate to, and that's why you get to communicate with them so easily kasi nga hindi ka naglalagay ng content that is not relatable. It's always going to be relatable kasi nga these are real experiences, these are real, authentic and true content. So parang these are, alam mo yun, parang people are like, yeah, I can listen to this person kasi she understands. Parang ganon. Kaya that's why I was like, yep, like, TGFI, good job.
True. Ako naman, different ako eh. Sabihin na natin, okay, so workspace, sabihin na natin, sige, I'm assertive. I clearly identify ano talaga yung gusto ko, ganyan. Pero when it comes to personal relationship, for example, my family, friends, or my like personal relationship, ganyan, I'm passive aggressive. Hindi ako yung sobrang, yung ipapakita, oh, ito yung ano mo. Parang indirect way ako. Direct pag naiinis ako, gano'n lang. Ay, parang, yung alam mo yun, yung pinapakita mo sa mukha mo, hindi mo na sinasabi.
Oo.
Ganun ako minsan. Hindi ko talaga mapigilan maging passive-aggressive in a personal relationship. Talaga, pinapag-indirect visit ako.
Ikaw pala yung emoji na, alam mo yung smiley face na gano'n lang yung gano'n lang, yung hindi siya yung emoji niya, yung gano'n, hindi gano'n siya. Tapos parang yung emoji na parang okay lang ako, tapos gano'n yung smile. Ikaw yung emoji na gano'n, yung sobrang passive-aggressive.
Nag-gamit.
Pero I mean,
Gamit.
oh, yung gano'n.
Pag sabi ko, okay, kailangan na natin, late na tayo. Ganun na lang yung smile ko. Simple lang.
Parang, no, I'm not having you today.
Parang I'm not in a good mood. Ganyan. Indirect way ako. Pero, may times talaga na assertive ako na sinasabi ko na ito yung kaya ako naiinis, ganyan. Or, ano yung reason bakit parang hindi ako good mood, ganyan. Sinasabi ko siya minsan. Pero, mas madalas siguro yung times na I'm passive-aggressive. Kasi parang, hindi ko masyado sinishare yung galit ko. Parang, basta direct way ko na lang ginagawa. Parang, inaan ko na lang na, sinasaloob ko na lang yung inis ko. Alam mo yun?
Ako naman, kapag naiinis ako ako kasi pag naiinis kasi ako, I tell the person talaga, parang wait lang, huwag muna tayo mag-usap kasi I have to step back. Kasi parang, ako kasi I'm scared that I might say something that's very hurtful or baka mamaya, alam mo yun, masaktan ko siya unnecessarily kasi just because of my height of my emotions. So in a way, parang I'm assertive in a sense na parang I tell you, kasi I'm not really afraid of confrontation. Syempre, parang magiging abogada ako someday. Syempre, parang confrontation is some sort of parang alam mo yon. But at the same time, parang I think that person talaga na wag muna tayo mag-usap kasi I need space kasi baka mamaya may masabi ako sa'yo na hindi ko naman kailangan sabihin. Parang ganon. Or parang it's very hurtful. Alam mo yun, kasi although you do love the truth and alam mo yun, I love being frank, I'm also very aware that there's a difference between parang being truthful and being hurtful. Like, you can always say this in a very way, or you can always say it, alam mo yun, kasi that's also part of your communication. Kasi as much as communication can build relationships, miscommunication can also destroy relationships. Alam mo yun, you can burn bridges using it. Alam mo yun. So, parang you have to also be very careful with your words, with your actions, kasi that also says things more about you than the other person. So, ayun. Kaya parang ako, like, ganun ako mag-communicate. Parang passive aggression kasi sa akin. Like, hindi kita papalagpasin. Like, hindi. Mag-aaway tayo. Ganon. Yeah,
actually, yun yung part ng making real connection talaga with other people. You have to understand yung difference nyo when it comes to communication style. Kasi kung kunwari, pareho kayo aggressive, ay, die. Diba? Parang, hindi mo alam na pareho kayong aggressive, ito kakagulo kayo. So, you have to understand someone's communication style. Tapos, you also have to understand ano yung communication style mo. Kasi, in that terms, kakaintindihan kayo, diba? Hindi ganun kadali. Kasi, syempre, may ano na yan. May sumanang loob, may kasamang ano na yan. Pero, you get to understand each other. Diba? It's very helpful tips for all communities, ka-TGFI, is to understand your communication style talaga. So, ayan. Kailan mo nalaman na yun yung communication style mo?
Actually, dati, I had like, I thought I was aggressive. Kasi nga, syempre, parang how I talk, how I overpower other people, parang very, like, Gina naman ako, na parang, let's go. Parang ganon. Tapos,
Away-awa.
oo, sige, G, like, gusto mo? Parang ganon. Ano yung natin? Anong 411 right now? Ganon. Tapos, na-realize ko, it's not really aggression, but really more on assertion. Like, I'm assertive lang na parang I know what I want, but at the same time, I'm going to listen to you. Parang kasi I take note parang na-realize ko na parang I know about this. Kasi pag aggressive ka kasi, sometimes you don't really listen to that other person. Like, you don't know anything about that person, but that person knows everything about you. Parang gano'n. Kasi nga, nagkukwento, that you never give chance for that person to talk. Tapos napapansin ko, my friend ako na out of nowhere, kasi very quiet. Tapos na-realize niya, sabi niya, alam mo, I really like talking to you kasi napapakwento ko ng biglaan. Kasi hanggang 3 in the morning, nag-uusap kami na. And sobrang random namin. Like, we were talking about Taylor Swift. Kasi super Swiftie fan ako. So, Swifties out there, hello! So, parang siya naman, like, out of nowhere, nagkukwento na rin siya. So, parang sabi ko, maybe I'm not the aggressive type. Maybe I'm just assertive. Like, parang, alam mo yun, like, I know that I want to talk to you and this is, alam mo yun. Pero I also respect you if you don't want to talk to me. Kasi parang, okay, walang energy. Alright. Ganon. Ikaw, kailan mo na-realize?
Siguro, that time, nadala ka lang din sa sitwasyon, kaya naging aggressive.
Oo, parang, hindi. Ganon.
Sobrang inis mo na din siguro that time.
Ayun,
Kasi may iwasan maging aggressive, diba? May mga sitwasyon talaga tayo. Siyempre, human din naman tayo. May feelings din naman tayo. So, may times talaga na di mo maiwasan na maging aggressive sa communication mo. Kasi parang, hindi ko na kaya, gusto ko na magalit, diba? May times talaga na gano'n. Pero, again, guys, that's okay. You have to learn more about yourself, how you communicate, para, diba, in the future, alam mo na yung gagawin mo, diba? So, hard.
Also, actually, tip lang po, guys. If you let your emotions, accept your emotions. Anger is also an emotion. You have to accept it, even though you know, alam mo yun, parang you think that it's such an ugly emotion kasi nga, getting angry is so, it's not nice, it's not ganito. You have to let it, you have to let it flow. Parang, go be angry. Kasi sometimes anger can also fuel motivation, determination. Alam mo yun, like, it angers you because it's not ugly. It's actually not ugly if you think about it. Kasi, alam mo yun, it's there for a reason. Sadness is also there. Jealousy is also there. So parang it's not supposed to be angry. It's supposed to be developed and trained. Parang you can not necessarily control it, pero at least yung actions mo, you get to know more about yourself. When you're angry, how are you ba? Are you the type to say something na very hurtful? So what do you do about it? Do you step back? Do you take time for yourself muna and then magpakalma ka lang? Or do you need coffee? Alam mo yun? Yung mga things, you have to
Wait.
Ako ganon. Kasi syempre, if it's like that feeling that you don't understand, syempre parang nagpapanik ka na rin inside. And then you tend to, baka mamaya you express it so very differently or parang hurtful na to others. So in a way, it's also you communicating with yourself. You have to also listen to yourself. Like, okay, I'm angry, so what does that mean? Parang ganon. Oh my God, pwede na ako na maging mom. Joke.
Yung TikTok mom?
Oo, kami, Inigo. Ganon din ako. Picture ka muna, I'll send it to your dad.
Hindi mo dyan siya, no? Inigo, come here. Ganyan. Know your communication style.
Oo, parang, are you angry? Are you tired? Don't worry, mom is here. What do you want? Yaya? Gaganon ka lang.
True. Kahit nasa metaverse na tayo, guys, kahit nasa technology world tayo, we're still human, we still have emotions, diba? So, ayan. Feel the emotion. That's okay. It's part of life. It's part of growing, diba? It's part of understanding yourself more, understanding people more, diba? So, it's part of life, guys. So, that's okay. If you feel sad ngayon, sana hindi kayo sad ngayon. Sana masaya kayo nagpunod sa amin ngayon.
Saka sana you have a good morning and like a good life. Go get your vaccines and your boosters. Like, go be protected. Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Ang dami na naman natin na pag-usapan. Tabunan na naman tayo ng isang shout out.
Okay, shout out natin.
May 948 viewers na tayo. Wow naman. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Magsha-shoutout muna ako, Jesha. Ayan, kay Jeff. Ika. Hi, Jeff. Ayan. He asked before. Ayan. Hi, Jeff. So, sana nanonood ka pa ngayon. Ayan. Sabi ni Prince Macaroy 1969, nga, English tulo dugo ko sa ilong.
Girl,
Sorry na po.
don't
Sorry na
worry.
po.
So, like, eto sinabi, alam nila Tristan to, like, yung mga office mates ko and everything. Like, ako talaga, Englishera talaga dun sa office. Pero parang, as in like, Taglish talaga ako paminsan. Tapos paminsan, tinatanong ko pa yung mga office mates, ano ulit meaning yan in English? Kasi nakalimutan ko. Gaganon ako. Pero sobrang, like, alam mo yun, parang, oh my God, nga pala, ano nga yun? Because like, as in, kasi actually, that's one of the things that I have to learn. Like, I have to communicate not only in the English language, but also in other languages and also dialects. Kasi nga, syempre, it's also, alam mo, it's nice na hindi ka, walang communication barrier. Like, you get to, kaya, parang I was like, those are the things that I want to learn and develop. And if I have the time, or I mean, like, if everyone gets that time, you go learn. Like, go learn lang. Go. If you want to learn Spanish or Mandarin or parang Bisaya or Ilocana, go
Yeah.
learn. It's a really good life skill talaga. Like, sobrang life skill.
Exactly.
Pwede ilagay mo siya CV mo. Pwede mo siya ilagay sa CV mo, lagay mo yan.
True, exactly. Actually, ako din, nung high school ako before, sobrang na-intimidate ako mag-English, like straight English. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko, I need to do this. I need to enhance this. Kasi wala akong patutuhan kundi ako marunong. Kasi dahil sa kind of industry na papasukan ko sa college, kasi I'm into communication arts talaga. Kasi pangarap ko maging VJ sa mix.
Wow! Nalala si mga Pinon! This is your top 20 for this, ganito, ganyan. Every morning yan.
So sabi ko, wala akong patutunguhan kung hindi ako mag-aaral ng as in yung mga deeper English words, ganyan. So I need to learn about English. So basa-basa ako, nanonood ako ng mga English movies without subtitles. Ayan, nung high school ako, first year college ako that time. Tapos, kasi dati talaga, I'm into music. So nanonood ako ng VJ. So si Iya ba yung nun? Kung kilala niyo si Iya. So, yun yung dream ko before. So, sabi ko, okay, sige, I'll learn this. So sa mga gustong matuto, again, it's part of communication, ha? Yung pagtuto ng ibang languages. So, it's actually part of successful communication. So, ayan. Sabi ni Tex, oh my gosh. Ay, sabi ni Tex. Oh my gosh na lang si Tex. Wait lang. May nag-hello si Chris Archangel. Ayan, sana tama yung pagkaka-pronounce ko. And Chris Archangel, hello! Thank you so much for watching and for sharing this live. Ayan, sana natuwa kayo sa ating topic for today. And guys, don't worry dahil nag-re-upload po kami sa aming YouTube account. So, kung hindi nyo napanood ang aming first part, so you can rewatch our episode sa ating YouTube account. So again, you can follow our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube at TGF Investors. Ayan. Thank you so much sa mga nag-send ng halo-halo. And newbies loves you. We love you too, Jomar Aquino. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat sa mga pa-virtual gifts po ninyo. Ayan. Roy, may ilang viewers na tayo? 986. Ayan. We're near to 1,000 viewers. Taray naman. Ang agong mga nagising.
Guys, kung may comment, kung may parang opinion or like ano kayo comments or you guys want to share your thoughts, go comment lang kayo. So magchikahan lang tayo.
Kung may mga kwento. Ayan. Kung broken po kayo, ikwento mo lang po yan.
Let's mag-VJ rin tayo, Rika. Like, Here are your top 20 advice for your heart.
Advice? Dahil pangarap natin before yan. Ayan. So, kung may mga ayan. Lang guys. Don't worry. Entertain namin yan maya-maya. Okay, for this is my... Sige, go. Do you have question?
Hindi, I mean, more of like, parang share ko lang, dati no, nung college, trinay kong mag-apply nun sa student jock nun, sa isang radio. Oo, nagganon ako nun, pero kasi natakot din ako, kasi nga, parang, syempre, nun ako na senior year ko na nun for college. So, graduating na ako noon. So, if like, sabi ko, if push ko to, baka mamay, delayed daw. Tapos, GG ako sa mama ko. Parang gano'n. So, parang sabi ko, sige, okay na yun, na-try ko na. Alam mo yun, yung parang pinaganon nila. Parang, you're listening to. Gaganon ako. Ang cute. Sabi ko, pwede.
Kasi, di ba, mass communication art, so we have production din. So, sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako kapag kasi meron kami subject na radio, siya. So, pinagsasalita kami, pinagawahan kami ng parang script. So, paano mo use yung isang song, ganyan. So, sobrang enjoy ko kasi yun yung gusto kong dream before. So, wala lang, share ko.
Actually, sobrang hirap niya ha. Mahirap siya kasi parang may certain time ka lang, like 10 seconds, to introduce the song. Exactly. So parang, oh my God! Nag-alien talk na ako. Wait lang. Oo. Parang sabi ko, okay, wait lang. Sabi ko, pwede bang like chikahan moments lang ako and stuff. So, ayun.
Kaya very case ako sa mga DJ, ayan, sa mga announcers, sa mga hosts. Kasi they communicate well, di ba? Parang, wow, in just span of this time, you communicate everything. Parang gano'n. Parang ang dami pa lang nasabi sa akin. Di ba? So, I'm very amazed. Actually, yan. Part of training, di ba? Part of training nila yung public speaking skills, di ba? So, it's actually part of communication. Yun. Okay. Next question, Jesha. I'm very curious with this kasi nga it's COVID, ayan, dahil ngayon, late, hindi na tayo masyadong nakakalabas and all. Kung makakapag-travel man, very limited na lang, ang daming kailangan kasikasuhin and all. So, ito, I'm very curious with your perspective for your idea. So, how can we stay connected with being physically apart?
So, like what I said, like ako kasi love language ko is quality time. So, in a way, ako noon, when it was, syempre, when lockdown was in, I mean, isang year din yun na you don't get to see your friends and everything. We play every day noon ng pod. Kahit, alam mo yun, nagtatampuhan kayo kasi syempre, parang natalo na naman tayo dahil sa'yo, yung mga ganun na, parang the next day, nandun pa rin kayo, tapos mag-uusap kayo habang naglalaro kayo. Mamaya, hindi lang yung pag-uusap nyo, it's not just about the game, but also parang, bumili kami ng ganito, bumili rin kayo kasi it's going to help you with regard to the virus or something like that. Or parang alam mo yun, you get to spend time with these people in such a way na parang hindi lang through talks and everything. So alam mo yun, parang kasi I think that people can adapt through, alam mo yun, parang you get to adapt your communication or parang relationship. Kasi syempre, the first thing that you're going to ask is, do you want this relationship to continue? Parang yun pa rin naman yung maging question eh. Kasi parang, eto nga always sinasabi ko, pag may gusto, may paraan. Pag ayaw, may dahilan. So, ganun lang yun. So, if you really, kahit COVID pa yan, kahit nasa anong bang bansa ka pa, if you really want that relationship to maintain or alam mo yun, to grow with you until when you're older, you're going to keep on adjusting or adapting to the changes. So, parang kahit mag-video call kayo buong araw or kahit mag-video call kayo. Kasi ako, like now, yung friends ko, when we're working different fields kami. Kasi yung iba, marketing, yung isa sa design, sa video industry.
Yeah.
Nagdi-Discord kami. And ako, nasa legal ako. So parang nagdi-Discord kami. Kahit nasa meeting kami, parang nandyan lang sila, nandun. O baka minsan kahit tulog ako, parang nandyan pa rin sila. So in a way, parang you get to maintain your relationships with people. Kasi nga, if gusto mo naman talaga, may paraan naman lagi eh. And of course, if ayaw mo na, edi syempre may dahilan ka. So, alam mo yun, if ever man like nagpakontak kayo and everything. So, in a way, parang ako, for me, parang it's always going to be about you adapting when it comes to maintaining your relationships and also building your relationships or at least making your relationships grow or deeper. So parang, alam mo yun, like it's always going to be kung may paraan, kung may paraan, kung gusto, may paraan. Kung ayaw, may dahilan. Ayun. Yun yung akin.
Mm-hmm. So, we have different kind of platform na pwede ka mag-message. May Telegram, may Viber, may Zoom, may Skype, may Facebook Messenger, may Instagram. Napakadami. So, if you really want to stay connected with your friends, with your family, with your boyfriend and girlfriend, napakadaming paraan yan just to stay connected. So, sabi nga ni Jesha, di ba? Kung gusto, may paraan. Kung ayaw, yun na.
Alam mo, so the girls out there and even the boys, alam mo yun, take note of that. Take note of that yung mga girls and boys na, alam mo yun, kapag hindi nila mini-message or anything, tapos parang ikaw nangungulit ka pa rin. Like, girl! Alam mo yun, parang you get to, alam mo, ang dami niyang dahilan. Alam mo yun, you gotta like, ikaw, anong gusto mo talagang mangyari? Kasi kung gusto mo talaga, may paraan yan. Alam mo yun?
Totoo yan. Walang yan. Maggagawa at gagawa ng paraan yan para suyuin ka, para kausapin ka, diba? Kahit in all aspect yan, guys, ha? Relationship man yan sa jowa or sa trabaho man yan, diba? So, maraming paraan, guys, to stay connected. And na metaverse na tayo, grabe. Everything is through technology. Diba? Sabi, nababasa mo ba yung ating prod? May hugot daw tayo.
Actually, alam mo, I was supposed to share nga, actually, this guy that I'm seeing, alam mo, like, kasi he has to stay in the province for graduate school niya. So, ayun. So, parang, he told me na parang sometimes, parang mawawala ng signal sa Smart. Tapos, pero he'll try sa Globe. So, parang ako, syempre, parang kahit yan, yung, alam mo yun, parang he tells me na parang, kasi sinabi ko sa kanya, pwede naman tayo mag-chat if talaga mahina yung signal. Alam mo yun, if may gusto talaga, may paraan ka talaga. It's not some sort of parang one-way path na parang, if wala to, alam mo yun, hindi naman to parang, alam mo yun, parang one lane lang to. Hindi, it's not. You can always be creative, guys. You can, alam mo yun, you don't have kasi it's the digital age. So basically, people are more encouraged to become more creative. So parang go be creative, go, alam mo yun. You can maintain your relationships and even build relationships. So yun yung magiging magandang stories when you're old na. Sobrang, alam mo ba, yung mom mo, paano kang liligawan yan? Parang ganon.
Actually, ito yung laging pa-close question ko sa aming mga guests because I always like to challenge our viewers, our ka-TGFI and communicants to get just a little bit better every single day. So, kumbaga, ito yung baby steps nila every weekend. So, do you have something we can try out today? Any tips?
Ano bang tips ko for building your like baby steps? Siguro is to start a conversation. Maybe that's the like a baby step. Like start a conversation. Kasi hindi mo rin naman alam. I mean, hindi mo rin alam, malay mo that person that you're talking to is madaldal pala. So basically, you got your job cut out for you kasi yun na yun, parang siya na magdadaldal sa'yo kasi nag-hi ka na and everything or nagtanong ka na, kamusta ka na, and you started this conversation. So maybe, kung ako sa'yo, just like what I've said before and just like what I said a while ago, go take that risk. It's not, alam mo yun, if it doesn't work out, then you've learned something. If it does work out, then good for you. Kasi nga, alam mo yun, you get to tell yourself, I took that risk, this is what happened. So, in a way, parang go start that conversation. Alam mo yun, it's never too late to try. It's malay mo naman kasi, alam mo yun, ang dami kasing naririnig ko na parang stories na, alam mo yun, na dapat pala I took my chance. Yung mga ganon. So, alam mo yun, while you're young, while you're at this age, go do it. Kasi hindi mo rin naman alam kung anong mangyayari the next day. So, go. Like, go be brave. Go be unapologetically brave. So, yan lang.
Yes. Again, thank you so much, guys!
Thank you! Ingat! Keep safe!